Hi everyone, welcome to my video. Today we are going to be giving the mice a upgrade for their enclosure. This is what I previously housed my hamster in, but I've gone and got something different for him, something that's a little bit shorter but taller and a bit wider, which I think is better suited to their needs. But I'll probably do a little show of that one on another video, and I do want to redo some bits. It looks good, but it's not completely finished, and I do want to add to it. But for today's video, let me just show you what we are going to be working with. So this is the IKEA detolf. It's one of their cabinets. It's like a glass cabinet, and basically you take the shelves out of it and then you flip it on its side. You might be able to see, but I've actually got some sort of like, not quite bubble wrap, but sort of foamy material underneath. And one thing, if you have one, is to make sure that it's always, the glass sits sort of on your stand and not the wood bit that sort of goes out a bit further, because people have made that mistake and it will smash, and we don't want that, especially with some animals inside. So the lid, that was, I'd like to say it was made by me, but it wasn't. My partner made that. Although it's quite a simple wooden frame, and I do know there are lots of videos on YouTube currently that do sort of show you how to make a lid for this one, because it is quite popular. A lot of people that use this for hamsters will make a raised lid just to give it a bit more height. It's got sort of tons of space lengthways, but it's not the tallest. I think off the top of my head it's about 160 centimeters long, and then with the lid it's roughly sort of 45 wide by 45 tall. I do actually have half a raised lid up top. I can just take out the mesh on one of the panels and swap it with that, actually, if I feel like I do want to give them a bit more climbing space. But yeah, I've just given it a good clean with some Safe 4. It still does look a little bit dirty actually, but it's quite hard to get all the stuff out of these little side bits. But yeah, it's good to go. Okay, so last little touches. Got the bowl of water. I just give them a bowl as well as scatter feeding the food, just so I can sort of keep an eye with this to see how much they're eating. And the water, I really do prefer a bowl, but if anyone else has got mice, then you'll probably also have had experience of when they like to just shove all their food in there. I have heard that it is to sort of soften the crunchier foods, but I'm not really sure why, to be honest. But I have to usually clean this out twice a day, because it just gets quite disgusting. But that's okay, it's up to them. I have scatter fed a few seeds, and then just put a little bit of some little safe moss in there as well, just for a bit of greenery. Makes it look nice, and they can nibble on that. And then this is my new water bottle, just so again that if they are putting stuff in their water bowl, I know that they've at least got another source of water. It's quite cute, it's ceramic, and then the little bottle, and the little mushroom. Yeah, that is from a brand called State, I think is how you say it. It's very cute. So, and they have a little house that matches as well, but I didn't buy that. Oh yeah, same brand as the wheels. These are really good, and they are pretty silent, apart from obviously when they like to put their stuff in the wheel as they're running. You have little seeds flinging about. Yeah, I've got a 28cm and then a slightly smaller one, just so they don't have to all clamber onto the same one. But yeah, I'm very happy. The bit at the end is really nice and deep. Lots of substrate, lots of nesting materials and places to hide. Because although they are neutered male mice, they still are 6 male mice living together, so they do have a few little squabbles. Yeah, I think they're going to be happy. So before I put the mice into the new enclosure, I'm going to get them out and show them all, because I haven't actually introduced them to you yet. They are rescues. I've got 6 neutered males, and then I have a female multimammate, which is sort of in between a mouse and a rat. It's neither. It's a complete different species, but in terms of looks and size, it's sort of in the middle. But of course they can't, or they don't breed, so you can keep a female with a male, or they can of course stay with their own kind. But I think a lot of people who don't want to get male mice neutered, although these are neutered, tend to do that sort of pairing just to save the risk of having an operation. Anyway, they are quite nervous. I haven't really tried to socialise them too much, just because I think mice are quite sort of they're quite sort of nervous creatures, and I'm not really too fussed, to be honest, if they don't want to sit on me and give me a cuddle. As long as they're happy, and as long as I can sort of again get into their enclosure, clean them out and not stress them too much, then I'm happy with that. To be honest, I just find it a lot of fun to watch them sort of going about doing their thing, but I will get them out and show them all. Usually I have a sort of theme, and I do quite well with naming them. If you've seen the Meet the Rabbits video, most of them have a sort of floral fauna, sort of tree theme going on, and all my mice before, I've had sort of Viking names and Roman names. I can't really think of anything this time, and also 4 of them do look almost exactly the same, so it's quite hard to tell them apart. So they do have extremely random names that are basically based on sort of something that just pops out when I look at them. So who are we going to get first? Hi. Okay. This little one, I'm trying to show you it. This little one is Cloud, just because I thought this little bit on the side here looks a little bit like a cloud. You might agree or disagree, but this is one of the 4 black and white ones. They're pretty good to handle, actually, to be fair. They just don't love the initial being grabbed. Some of them are a little bit on the chunky side at the moment, to be honest. I am starting to weigh out their feed again, just to make sure that they're not having too much. But yeah, this is Cloud. Cloud, off into your new home. Here we have got, well, this is another chunky one. Slightly longer fur, this one as well. So this one is called Staples, because it's got a very strange little mark there on the neck that kind of looks like 2 little sort of puncture or staple marks. So that's why this one is called Staples. Again, this one is a little bit chunky, so this one shall be going on a diet. Hey. Hi. Very cute. Right. Staples into your new house. Explore. Who's next? Okay, so this little guy actually came as a pair with the multimammate. They were initial friends. This one is Cadbury because it's brown. Nice and easy to remember. This one's got really short hair. It's almost sort of satiny feel, this one. I'm not too sort of clued up on my sort of coats and colours, but I imagine it's something different to the other lot. This one's actually pretty friendly. It does actually come up to me when I open the cage, and it does take food from me. So yeah, he's a bit older than the others. I think he's about a year old, so he's had a bit more socialisation and handling, shall we say. But yeah, he's very sweet. Okay, your turn. There you go. This little one is Pants because it has the little black markings along the bum and it looks like he's wearing a pair of pants. Like I said, I have named them very strange and simple names. I just couldn't think of anything, but I don't think they mind. Say hi. This one, another chocolate theme. Can we guess? Yeah, it's Bournville. In my opinion, a better chocolate. We like dark chocolate. Yeah, he's a little bit chunky. I think you're stealing on the food. He is one of the more dominant ones, to be honest, so that probably is why he is a bit chunkier. I'm guessing he gets first dibs on what comes into the food bowl and into the enclosure. He's also got the really sort of short, sort of satiny fur as well. I just noticed he also has slightly sort of speckled grey bits as well. There he is. Right, you'll go. Oh, someone's using the wheel already. Okay, this little one is quite small than the others, so I do keep an eye on him. I do see him feeding, but this little one, just because of his size, although to be fair he's probably a very healthy sort of ideal size, but this is Slim Jim. If anyone knows me personally, you'll probably get that reference. He's got a very tiny face and it makes his ears look really big, which I love. He's very cute. So the next one is the multimammate. She's friendly. She comes straight up to the cage when you open it. She'll take food off you, and she kind of lets me stroke her, but they are very flighty, very jumpy. So if I pick her up, she is gonna just yeet herself across the room, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so they're all in here now, having a little explore, doing all the sniffs, seeing what's new, what's old, because there's quite a mixture of things that have come from their cage and also a few new things, because I don't want to stress them out too much with everything clean and not having their scent. There you go, get your exercise in, boy. Yeah, they seem to be having a great time. I'm sure it won't look anything like this in an hour's time. It'll be absolutely everywhere. But yeah, that's what it's for. thanks for watching everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and maybe give me some suggestions in the comments of what you'd like to see next.